There is only one perfect solution, but there are clues that will try to trick our team.
Hello there everyone, my name is Crazy Caleb, and continuing our tutorials, our series on the vanilla swirls, today we're going to take a look at Synapse says. So in this case, this is a vanilla swirl module, as I just mentioned. This is one of the newer ones that just got released recently, and this is a combination of Simon Says and memory. So let's take a look and let's see exactly how we can solve this module. For starters, I'm going to turn down the sound effect volume on this a little bit because the sounds for this are a little bit louder than I'd like them to be, and that's just kind of my opinion on it. So what this module is it's basically memory with Simon Says. It's very simple and it's actually quite easy to do, but some of the conditions you have to make sure that you understand what you're working with here. So first things first, four color buttons will flash. It will always be a sequence of 4 every single stage. We're going to press the correct button to progress to the next stage, and we're going to complete all stages to design the module. It will always be 5 stages long. So now we're going to repeat the sequence of colors previously pressed before pressing another button. Now, it's not position, but it's going to be colors. Make sure that you note down the colors that we press. And by pressing an incorrect button, that will reset the module back to stage 1. So be very careful. I'm trying to teach you guys not to strike here. And resetting this module back to stage 1 is quite a heartbreak. So if the module is left idle before a stage is complete, the sequence will begin to flash again and the input is reset. So just make sure that you note that down. The input is reset if you leave it idle. So what exactly do we need to note down? So this is going to be a memory-based module. There's going to be lots of memory elements here. So let's have a look here. So the first thing I'm going to note down every single stage, we're going to do this every single time because this is very important that we do this. We need to note down the buttons that are in the specific order. I'm just going to say that right now. So we've got, in this case, and the way that the order works is it's going to be a zigzag formation. So in this case, our order is blue, yellow, red, green. And our flashes are green, green, yellow, green, green, and then blue. And our display is 4. This is going to be the way that I note things down. Flashes, we got positions of buttons, flashes, and the display. So now let's take a look and let's go to stage 1. So each of these will be separated by stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and of course stage 5. So that's going to be the way that those work. And each of them will have if the display is 1, 2, 3, or 4. So we're going to follow the first rule that applies, and let's have a look. So for stage 1, the display is 4. If the red button flashes first, in this case, it does not. If any button flashes twice consecutively, that is true, because we've got these 2 greens here that are flashing twice consecutively. So in this case, we're going to press the button that flashed 4th. Pressing the button that flashed 4th, in this case, the one that flashed 4th was blue. So we're going to note down that we're pressing blue, and we're going to press it for this stage. In this case, that's good. So our order now is red, blue, yellow, green. And our flashes are green, green, blue, green. And our display is 3. Okay, so for stage 2, let's head on over here. Display is 3. Let's take a look. If the yellow and blue buttons flash consecutively, it doesn't necessarily matter which order. But either way, this is not true because yellow does not flash, therefore it does not matter. Otherwise, if the button in the first position flashes exactly once, the button in the first position, it's referring to the first position now. Just be very careful. So if the button in the first position, in this case red, it does not flash in the first position at all. It does not flash at all. Therefore, this is not true. Otherwise, if the green button never flashes, it flashes 3 times. So that's not true. Otherwise, press the button in the third position. This should be but in this case, we're going to be pressing the button in the third position, which is a yellow. And now, we're not just going to be pressing yellow, we're going to be pressing blue-yellow, because blue we pressed previously on the last stage. So blue, yellow, and just like that, that's good to go. So our order is yellow, red, blue, green, and our flashes are red, red, yellow, yellow. Okay, place 2. So taking a look at stage 3, display 2. If the blue button flashed second, it did not. If the button in the first position never flashed, it just flashed. Twice, as a matter of fact. Otherwise, if any pair of adjacent buttons flash consecutively, this is true. Red and yellow are adjacent to each other and flash consecutively. Therefore, that is true. We're going to be now pressing the button in the position that flashed second in stage 2. So, what flashed second in stage 2? It was green. And what position was that in? That was in position 4. So position 4 in this case is going to result into green in this case. So blue, yellow, green is what we're going to press. So blue, yellow, green, moving on to the next stage. Perfect. Yellow, green, blue, red. And as you just saw there, that's why you want to note down the position of everything as well. It's very important that you note that down in case you have to reference positions flashed in the second stage. Just be very careful with that. So our sequence of flashes now is red, green, blue, yellow, one of everything, and our display is 3. Okay. If the button of the color that was pressed in stage 1 never flashes, well, everything flashes at least once, so therefore that's not going to be true. You can already disregard that. But in this case, it's referring to the button of the color that was pressed in stage 1. So in this case, we look at blue. But in this case, it is flashing. Otherwise, if the button in the second position flashes exactly once, in this case, that is true. Green only flashes once in the sequence, so therefore, this rule is true. So we're going to be pressing the button in the position that flashed second in stage 2. So the position that flashed second in stage 2 was green, so position 4. So we're going to be pressing red this time. Blue, yellow, green, red. And therefore, we're moving on to the final stage. Red, blue, green, yellow. And we've got flashes of what? Blue, green, yellow, and green. Display of 1. Okay. If yellow and blue buttons flash exactly twice between them, this rule is a bit interesting, but effectively speaking, there could be 2 yellow and 0 blue, there could be 1 blue, 1 of each, or there could be 2 blue and 0 yellow, and that would be fine. In this case, this rule is true. Blue and yellow do flash exactly twice between them. So now we're going to be pressing the button in the position that flashed second in stage 1. So the button that flashed second was green, happens to also be the 4th position. So therefore, we're going to be pressing the button in the position that flashed that is in the 4th position. So in this case, yellow. So blue, yellow, green, red, and finally yellow. And just like that is a solved module. A very simple module to do, and a very simple thing to just work out. But just make sure that you note down the positions of everything from previous stages, as well as their flashes. Everything is necessary in this case, I think, except the displays. As far as I've seen, there's no rules of displays. It does not appear to be in any of the rules. So in this case, you don't have to note down the displays. I'm just noting them down for the sake of consistency. So that is going to be it for that. Let's go into one more example. It's overall a fairly simple module to do, but just make sure that you pay attention to the wording of it, because it might be referring to specific positions. It's referring to like what flashes, for example. And just don't let it trip you up. Just be very careful and make sure that you read some of these rules once over in this case. So let's have a look at one more example. Hope and pray that we don't run into any bugs. Yay! Okay. Green, blue, excuse me. Oh. It's early in the morning. Yellow, red. And we've got blue, 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 red, I believe is what it was. So 4. And stage 1. If red button flashes first. Nope. If any button flashes twice consecutively, that is true. So in this case, yes. We're going to be pressing the button that flashed 4th, which in this case is red. So red is going to be pressed first. Good to go. Blue, green, yellow, red. Blue, red, green, yellow, and then display 3. Blue, red, green, yellow. Perfect. If yellow and blue buttons flash consecutively, no, they're on opposite ends, unfortunately. If the button in the first position flashes exactly once, everything in this case flashes exactly once. So in this case, this rule is true, but blue does indeed flash exactly once. We're going to press the button in the position that flashed 4th in stage 1. So the button that flashed 4th in stage 1 was red. It was in the 4th position. And we're going to be pressing the 4th position, so we'd say red, red. The button in the position that flashed 4th, so in this case, red, red. Okay? Blue, yellow, red, green, yellow, blue, blue, yellow. Okay. Blue, yellow, red, green, and display is a 3. If the same button flashes both 2nd and 4th, No, not true. If the green button flashes more than once, in this case, nope, we don't have any green at all. If the button in the first position flashed, fourth, blue is in the first position, it does not flash fourth. Otherwise, we're going to press the button in the position that flashed first in stage 1. The blue was the one that flashed first in stage 1, and the position of blue from that stage would be position 2, which is a yellow in this current stage. So red, red, yellow. Perfect. Green, blue, yellow, red. Blue, yellow, yellow, red. Okay. And a display of 2. If exactly 2 distinct buttons flash. Not true. Now, we have currently 3 distinct buttons that flash. Blue, yellow, and red. But there are technically 2 unique buttons, but just make sure that you understand the difference between distinct and unique. Distinct means it simply occurs. It simply is a different type of occurrence. So in this case, each color, blue, yellow, red, green, would be a distinct occurrence. Now, for unique to apply, it needs to occur exactly once. So in this case, yellow is distinct but not unique, and red and blue are distinct and unique. So that's going to be the way that applies. So just be very careful with that. So in this case, this is not true. Otherwise, if the red button flashes first, it does not. If the yellow and green button flash exactly twice between them, yes, this rule is true. Yellow flashes twice and no greens are present. So in this case, that is true. We're going to press the button in the position that flashed first in stage 2. So first position, the first flashed first was blue. It's in the first position, so therefore we're going to be pressing the first position on this stage, which is green. So red, red, yellow, green, perfect. And on to the final stage, green, yellow, red, blue, red, red, blue, red, I believe, and a display of 2. Blue, red, okay. And for stage 5, display of 2, if the red button flashes more times than the blue button, it clearly does, yes. We're going to press the button in the position that flashed first in stage 3. So stage 3, the position that flashed first in stage 3 was a yellow. That was in the second position, so therefore we're going to be pressing the second position on this stage, which is yellow. Red, red, yellow, green, yellow. And just like that is a solved module. A fairly simple one to work out, just make sure you read it very carefully. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to stay crazy, stay cool, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.